Hey, best friends. Welcome to the Bestie Advice Podcast. Where we discuss all things relationships. And now for part 2.
Workplace. It's a lot when we're adding in our 2 cents and we're adding in our comments. It's usually our opinions and our feelings. If you're not stating facts, then you don't always have to say anything.
Right.
Be quiet and be mindful of what comes out of your mouth. Be mindful of what comes out of your mouth. You know, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus say? Would he say anything right about now? Probably not. Probably. I did say probably. P-R-O-L-L-Y. Probably not. Probably not. So you don't have to say anything.
That's true.
And sometimes, don't get me wrong, y'all, it could be hard. It could be hard because you like, but they going off on me. I'm gonna need to check them. I got to check the peoples. But you really don't. And it can be hurtful a lot of times where it's like, for real, Lord, see, you want me to say nothing. But just be quiet. Slow to speak. Or sometimes it's about letting the person get it all out. Go ahead. And then even when you really think about that, even with you hearing the person out, sometimes that's God actually using that time to kind of shift your heart and change your heart. Because, you know, when they first started off, you was about to tear into their behind. I'm about to give it to you. Yes. But then it's like, now you're listening to them and you're like, go ahead, you talk. Go ahead, you talk. And now it's like, oh.
I know you felt like that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now I'm processing it. I'm hearing what they're saying. Now it's time for me to respond. So really, be slow to speak in 2023.
That's really good. Because I think, like you said, when you let people speak, you hear them out and you're giving them that compassion and that grace because you want that extended to you. And so definitely. And then too, just being slow to speak. You said something that I thought about, being intentional with your words. You know, our words shape our lives, like what we say, whether it's good or bad. And sometimes we speak things so negative. And
yes,
it's like you want to speak life.
Yes.
Don't want to speak death. You know, you eat what you say, and you don't. That's the fruit that you bear, what you say. And so just really being intentional about your words. And like Karen said, be slow to speak.
Yes.
Everything doesn't have to be said. And sometimes it's just wise to just like, okay.
Yeah.
You got that.
And you know what? Look, not to get deep. I actually had to go and look that scripture up. The last part of the scripture says that you'll be slow to get angry. So if you're quick to listen, slow to speak, then you'll be slow to get angry. So that's again, I think that's what God, you know, he's trying to turn your heart. He's trying to change your heart, you know, hear them out. Because as my husband says this all the time, as far as when he's preaching, you can't take the words back. You cannot unhear what you heard. That's what he said. You can't unhear what you heard. So you throw it out there and you like, oh, I'm sorry. You can say you're sorry, but you said it. After, you know, you cussed them out right quick. Oh, I'm sorry for cussing you out. They're going to remember you cussed them out. Yeah. They heard your sorry. They heard your apology, but it's still right here in their mind. But they went off on me. They told me off. So be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry.
That's good.
Yes.
That is good. Can you tell us?
Oh, Wes, look, you said what? You said where that's found? That's found in James 1:19.
That's good. James is a very good book of the Bible to read about life matters. It's gonna check you. It's gonna slit your throat a few times. It's gonna cut you.
And it talk about this, that tongue.
But it's good. Oh yeah, it's gonna cut you.
It talks about that.
You talking too much. You know, people be killed and stuff because of your tongue, your mouth.
Yep.
But yeah, I have one more as well, and it's practical, but it's very spiritual, and that's in 2023, you guys, this year, we're going to manage our time better. We're going to have
That's
better
good.
time management skills. Procrastination is a thief, and it's really, it steals your destiny. It steals your purpose, and it's rooted in fear.
Yes.
When I was studying about this fear, if you go back to the last podcast, I talked about letting go, really letting go of fear. And when I did a deep dive into this thing with fear and really where it set root in my heart, so many things came out of that. And so when you're managing your time, so what encompasses time management is organization. So I did this whole thing where I reorganized my office, because my office, so I dance at church, so we wear garments, priestly garments. So I have a whole room in my basement dedicated to my garments.
Right.
Why was my garments in my office? So I'm like, okay, so my garments was in my office, all of my work stuff should have been in my office, but my work stuff was in my office. My shoes was in my office. I have a closet for shoes. My shoes was in my office. My laundry basket was in my office. I was like, no, because my office is where I come in to pray. I work out of, I do our podcast. I try to keep it so neat and clutter free, right? And it had become a catch-all for everything.
Right.
And so I knew that it meant something, spiritually and naturally. And I was tired. So it was showing like you're exhausted because you're just putting everything in one room. This room was not meant for that. And my managing my time and my day, take the time to hang the garment back up where you found it. Take the time to hang the clothes back up where you got them. Take the time to put the shoes back in order where they should go, and just really managing my time and my day better and making sure that everything is organized. Now, why is this important? Because it helps clear your mind and clear your thoughts, and it helps give you direction. No one can think and be organized in a messy room. Things get messy all the time. But you got to take the time to re-clean it and reorganize it. And I think that managing your time better, managing your day, managing who takes up your time. Remember, I said time it's a commodity. Time is a resource, and you only get 24 hours in a day. All of us get 24 hours. So just making sure you manage your time wisely, the things that you want to do, the things that are most important. A tip that I can give you is do the hardest thing the first part of the day. If you work a job and you get on that job and you have to run a report or whatever it is, do that first. Make sure you use the morning time as time to set discipline and order to your day. So managing time, when you get up, don't reach for your phone. Spend time in meditation, or for those of us that are Christians, spend time in prayer, seek direction for the day. And then when you get up, be intentional. That's why it's important to have a list. What do you have to get done? Because if not, you will procrastinate, and it's a thief. And then like me, I work and I have a business. And so me and my husband have to have business meetings. We have to talk about the direction of our business. Sometimes we're too exhausted because we've done other things. Joanna and I, we're building a business. And sometimes we barely have time to talk once a week about our business. It cannot grow and thrive. So it's like, okay, you got to reshift some things. You got to readjust some things. So in 2023, people, we're managing our time better. We're organizing our lives better. We're keeping our houses clean. We're throwing away clothes that we're not wearing. We're throwing away shoes that we're not wearing. We are decluttering our lives in 2023. And trust me, you will be able to think much better. You will be able to think so much more clearer when you get yourself organized. So we are leaving all of that clutter in 2022. It's gone now. And moving forward this year, we are moving forward with decluttering. So you're watching this, we're in a new year. When this podcast ends, I want you to declutter. Okay.
Look, when you do that physical decluttering, then it's going to help with your mental decluttering.
It really is.
I
It helped
believe
me.
that.
It
Yeah.
really helped me
Yeah.
to do it because my office had gotten so bad. I had just like a path to my desk. Like it was
Yeah.
everything. Mitch was like, everything's in here, my coats, my garments. I was like, okay. I just took the time, rehung everything up, took what I needed to take to the cleaners.
Yeah.
I had coats. I knew I wasn't gonna wear again. I don't need 15, 20 coats. Why?
Right,
So,
right.
just really making sure that I take the time to do that because like you said, Kiran, it's natural.
Yeah, yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah. And even after you do clutter, because it's funny, I'm looking at my desk now. Okay.
Just did it. Had to do it. I know.
I'm looking at my desk now. It's like we have to commit to not allowing it to clutter itself again. You know how it's
Mhm.
like, oh, this is good. I did a good job. Everything is clean, or whatever. And then you put that notebook right back there. You put the whatever book you're reading, you put that back on your desk. You mixing your work with your business, you mixing your business stuff with your personal stuff and the stuff for the kids at the school, and then you mixing that as far as with the kitchen stuff, whatever. So it's like you got to make sure, again, being disciplined, where it's like, no, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this back. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this back. I'm going to use this right now, but I have to make sure I put it back in its proper place. Another thing, just to add on to that, you have to make sure that every place has a proper place.
Right.
That's why a lot of times things do get cluttered, because it's like,
They don't
I
have
can
their
just put it
proper
right
place.
here. Right. I'll just put that right here. I just put that right here. So now it's like everything is just piled up because nowhere has or things do not have a proper place.
They don't have a proper. So that's really organization. And so yeah, I am very intentional now about
Yes.
making sure that everything has a place. I stay organized and I manage my time because I really want to thrive even more this year. And sometimes it's the little things that can hold you back. It's like the
Yeah.
little things,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. So
Absolutely.
I do have a bonus, like reading books. I think some people get away from reading
Yeah.
books, and you
Yeah.
mentioned that. And I got a lot of books I'm reading, but the one that I really like, I'm gonna post it on my social media. For any of you that are leaders or you have a leadership position, want to be a leader or whatever, there's a book called Leadership Not by the Book. And it's
Oh,
by
that's
the
good.
founder. It's by the founder and CEO of Hobby Lobby. And it's
Okay.
12 unconventional principles to drive incredible results. And so y'all, my green screening, right? I will post it on my social
Yeah,
media.
you gotta put your hand up.
Right. Oh, I gotta do the
You gotta put your hand up at the top.
The YouTube hand.
Yeah, put it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You said the YouTube hand?
Yeah, the YouTube hand.
Yeah.
But it's a really good book. So it caught my attention when I went into Hobby Lobby. It caught my attention. And I picked it up and I was walking around the store with it and I was like, I want to read it. And so I don't know if you all know this, but if you don't, Hobby Lobby is a Christian company.
It is. They be playing their Christian music.
Yes. And
Yeah.
so they have this chapter called God Focused Practices, and it's really, really good. And so I just reading, it's going to be key. That's like a bonus when Kiran mentioned books.
Yes.
So I just think that go back, watch our lessons learned in 2022. Kiran had a very good lesson about being in the moment, putting your phones down.
Yeah.
Just even if you have to put a timer on your phone, 30 minutes, read a book.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Scrolling on social media will have you comparing yourself to people's lives you're only seeing a post about.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing people's lives thinking they're happy,
Yeah.
they're self-made millionaires,
Yeah.
they're doing all this stuff. And yes, some of the that they're doing is great and it should inspire you. But that's what it should do, inspire you and not make you want to compete with it. Open up your minds and learn something different and
Yeah.
better yourself.
Yeah.
Remember, it's you versus you. It's
Yes.
not, it's never you versus them.
Yes.
Never that.
Yes, absolutely. Look, so I got one more and then
Okay.
that'll be it. No, it's I'm kind of piggybacking off of what you just said as far as with reading a book.
Yeah.
Another thing is, and I got out of doing this. I was doing it for a while and then I stopped, but I see that this is something I need to get back into. As far as learning a new word.
Yes.
And your new word, it's not like you don't really have to go out there and search like looking for a new word.
Right.
If you have dictionary.com.
Oh, do.
Dictionary.com actually has a word of the day. Like those of the Christians, as far as YouVersion has a verse of the day, they have a word of the day. Now, look, watch this, y'all. Don't be out there trying to misuse the word. You don't know how to use it. You don't know what context you're using it in. It's not even about I'm gonna learn a new word and I'm gonna use it on everybody. No, it's about just expanding your vocabulary. You might not ever have to use the word in a conversation, but if you hear a word, you can kind of sit back. I know what that means. I know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Like, I don't know what you just said.
Someone else is saying, do you know what that means? Yes, I do know what that means. That means
exactly
that and the other. But it's just about expanding your vocabulary. And sometimes it do feel good to use a couple of big words, in some conversations. But it'll help expand your vocabulary and expand your mind. So again, dictionary.com has a word of the day. I'm sure the other dictionaries probably do too.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that dictionary.com has a word of the day. You can do that. I'm sure if you Google word of the day or whatever, somebody has one or whatever. Yeah. And then also because my husband, he actually had it was a set. Like it might have been maybe 365 cards. And every day he would go in and he would pick a card. On the front of the card, it's the word, it's how you pronounce it. And then on the back of it, it actually has the definition or whatever. And he would actually go every day, he'll read it, whatever. He'll listen to how it sounds, like he'll Google or listen to how it sounds. And then he'll try to, kind of use it. He's going to use it on me. He doesn't use it on other people. But again, that's just a way to expand your vocabulary.
Right.
And your mind. So besties, we hope that something we have said on today as far as with our goals and changes that we are actually making.
You know what? Did you tell us one of your goals? What's one of your goals this year? I just thought about that. I don't know if me and Kieran even gave, we should at least tell them.
Our personal goal? Okay, so my personal goal is not anything deep, y'all. I do want to incorporate drinking more water. Drinking more water and incorporating more veggies into my diet. So I like vegetables, but not a lot of them. But I know that, green vegetables are good for me, good for us for various reasons. Just vegetables, period, are good for us for various reasons. But you know how you have to kind of tweak things for yourself.
Right.
So for me, again, I love breakfast. I can eat eggs every single morning. I don't have to have toast. I don't have to have rice, grits, oatmeal, but I love eggs. So I'm adding vegetables to my eggs. I'm adding spinach. I'm cutting up green peppers. I'm cutting up tomatoes or whatever. So that's adding more vegetables. And then also I'm doing green smoothies as well. Now I haven't got to the point where I'm using it as a meal replacement. I'm going to get there, y'all. I'm going to get there. But that's just another way for me to add more vegetables and fruit to my diet. I can do the fruit. That I can do, but it's adding the vegetables. So I put like 2 big handfuls of spinach. Now, you probably can say, oh, well, if you're doing that, you can make that into 2 drinks. No, I make that into 1 drink, along with some strawberries, a banana, and a green apple, or like maybe half of a green apple, half of a banana, just to be clear, and like a cup of strawberries. And I make that into my smoothie. It also helps with my son as well, because he's a very, very picky eater. But him drinking those smoothies, it helps with his iron, to keep his iron up and all of that or whatever. So again, drinking more water, and also adding more vegetables to my diet. And the last thing is breaking any unhealthy habit. Unhealthy in the sense of what's not healthy for me. If it's being on social media all day, that's not good for me. So just like breaking myself from that. That's not something that I have to do. I don't have to go on there, and I don't have to say happy birthday to everybody. I don't have to say happy anniversary to everybody. Now, I love when people do that for me. So I do try to give that back. So when I do get on there, I'm sorry, y'all, it may be 2 days later. It could be 3 days later. I see your post. I'm like, happy birthday, girl. Happy anniversary, family. But it's like, I kind of go in there. I do what I have to do. I post what I have to post. I post for our business. I post on my page. I post for my business or whatever. And then I come off, because that's healthy for me. That's my healthy habit. And it was unhealthy, but that's something that I had to break. So I'm breaking any unhealthy habit that I have. If I notice that it's not good for me, then I need to break it. I encourage you all to do the same thing. It could be different for everybody, whatever it is, you cuss every day. It's just a part of just your regular vocabulary. That's unhealthy. So that's something that you may need, hopefully you're saying, but that's something that you may need to break. So those are just a few of my things.
No, that's good. That's good. So
what about you, Bill?
Yeah, my first one is definitely similar to yours. Just making sure overall I am healthy. Just eating right. Making sure that I'm on my Peloton 3 to 4 times a week. Have some personal, weight goals. Just overall healthy. So by the time you guys see this, you guys are going to know I'm going on this whole new lock journey. So I'm locking my hair. And so I've kind of like wrapped everything up into this journey, like being serious about, I just want to be my best self. I want to be a great friend. I want to be a great wife and sister and daughter and everything that God has called me to do. And so like Kiran said, just breaking those unhealthy habits. And so a lot of times I deal with things by eating. That's not good. So really making sure I pick up the right thing, get my body moving as my body is changing. I'm entering into a new phase of life. And so just really making sure that, I do the right things to stay moving, stay healthy, just exactly like her, that's why I always say she's my twin. I love eggs and I can eat them every day. So I do the same thing. I make sure, I know you're not a fan of mushrooms, but I do, spinach and mushrooms and onions, like I put them up in there. I've always been that way with pizza. I'm not a big sausage eater. So, but just like, okay, we're gonna have pizza, just get all veggies on my pizza. Trying to make sure adding more collagen into my smoothies and things like that. I just want to be my best self. I do take medication. I want to be able to come off that medication. I struggle with cystic acne. I want to see my skin clear. At some point, I'm still dealing with teenage acne. Like I'm still dealing with it. I don't since I've been 13, right? I have not gotten rid of acne. I'm like, don't you grow out of this? I have not grown out of it. So I just think my goal is to be my best self. So I've created a regime for myself to just be disciplined with my health. Like you said, I've just really been trying to make sure that I eat well. And then I didn't make 10 times my income, y'all. So I'm gonna need somebody to
Yeah.
call me, hit
Uh-huh.
me up, because this ain't it. Like,
Right,
I
right, right.
feel like it's just me. I'm
Yeah.
just y'all my besties. I feel like I need to be on the lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Right, right,
In
right,
my
right, right.
mind,
Uh-huh.
I need to be on the lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Right.
So I need to get there. I
Yeah.
need to be able to do what I want to do, go where I want to go. Karan, we're gonna hop on a plane. Girl, what you doing? No,
Uh-huh.
we
Uh-huh.
going to Paris.
Uh-huh.
And I want to live that lifestyle. But in order to
Yeah.
live that lifestyle, you got to make that kind of money. And
Yeah.
so for
Yeah.
me, just being financially literate, financially smart, making sure that I make my money work for me and that
Yes.
I don't make for money, make sure I sow more
Mm-hmm.
into people, I tithe more so that God
Yes.
can open up those windows for me. But I have a huge goal around finances.
Yeah.
And I'm a sower, I'm a giver.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's people that I want to bless. I want to
Mm-hmm.
be a blessing into their lives. I want to be able to take care of my mother,
Mm-hmm.
just things like that I have in my heart to do, that I'm working towards setting
Yeah.
myself up for.
Yes.
So I have big dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
but my goal, I do have goals that I don't want to quite say, but it's around finances that
Yeah.
Rich and I are doing some things, and
Mm-hmm.
then being intentional and growing our business. I want everybody to know me and Karen's podcast.
Yes. Yes.
So that is a goal of mine, to make
Mm-hmm.
sure we reach a wider audience. And
Yes.
so yeah, those are kind of some of my goals. I think that this year we are going to see some big things,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to make sure we're intentional about everything we do. And Karen, I gave you guys some tips. We're going to follow those tips. I'm going to
Yeah.
watch this back and make
Yes.
sure I'm holding myself accountable, and because I want to see different, that I need to do different.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I'm excited about this year. I really am.
I
I'm
am.
excited about my log journey, and I
Yes.
plan on documenting it, and yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
I'm excited. I am excited for you. I am excited for you. So
Yeah, it's time
bestie,
for a change.
yes, it is. Yes, yes, it is. And even with you making that statement earlier that you have to go into the new year, new month, new day, with goals in place. If not, you are going to continue to go around in a circle. And you don't want to get to the point where I said earlier, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired,
Right, right,
just
right.
don't get sick. Just stop, just stop whatever it is. Break whatever habit it is, disconnect from whoever you need to disconnect from, reconnect with whoever you need to reconnect with,
Yeah.
if
Mhm.
it's God, reconnect with God,
Yes.
seek his face, ask him for direction, ask him, what it is that you need to be doing. Ask him every single day for his daily bread. I know I just got deep, but that is his word. Ask him for his daily bread every single day. What should I be doing? What are the tasks? What are the assignments that you have for me? I know I made this long list right here of things that I need to get done, but you tell me what I can do today or what I need to be putting off for tomorrow. Not procrastination, but more so priority. What is a priority for my day? Because a lot of times we have so many different things going on in our life, with our children, with our spouses, with ourselves, with our jobs, with our businesses, being in, you might be in school, whatever it may be. And sometimes we can get overwhelmed and we don't know
Right,
how not to be overwhelmed. But
right.
when you ask God and you seek God for direction, he will help you. He'll let you know that's a priority. You got to do that today. And some things that we may want to do, he's like, I need you to wait till tomorrow because I need you to get this done. So
Right.
just be open for him to even switch up some things and change some things as far as in your schedule, in your plans. And don't look at it as disappointment. At the end of the day, any plans and any goals that we have, his word tell us that we need to commit those things to him. We need to give those things to him. You wrote your plan down. Now here it is, Lord. Here is my plan. What do you think?
That's it.
Is this what you want from me? So he may have, have you change some things and switch some things in there. But at the end of the day, guess what? He has your best interest in heart and in mind. I say that. And in his heart and in his mind, he has the best plans for our lives. So go ahead, besties. Write those goals down. Write your vision down. No vision is too big. No dream is too big. If you can think it, he can do exceedingly abundantly above. Wait a minute. Let me rephrase that because that's not his word. His word said he can do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think according to the power that works in us. You can do it. You can do it. You can have it. If you can think it and it's according to his will, you can have it, y'all. So I hope that the things that we have shared with you, that it's been a blessing to you all. We hope that you can, kind of input it and apply it to some areas of your life. It's kind of like they say with fish, eat it and spit out the bones. If it wasn't for you, that's cool.
Yeah.
But what you can use, pick it up. What you can add to it, go ahead. Do you, girl? Do you, girl? Do you, guy? Do you, man? Do you, woman?
Yes.
We are just here to fulfill our assignment. This is a part of Irene and my assignment. It's to have this podcast and to talk to you all about all things relationships,
yes,
and to let you know that you can be the best in everything that you do. And all of your relationships can be successful relationships. So we love y'all. We love y'all so much. And again, we want to say happy New Year to you. Happy 2023. And just believe that this is going to be your best and your blessed year yet.
Yes. Yes.
We love you all. We love you all. And again, bye, besties. Happy New Year.
Bye. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.